Finally this evening, it's known as the last frontier, a land that is both barren and beautiful, where the next town may be 100 miles away, and where winter isn't just one season. And when it's time for games, the competition can be dog eat dog. Here's Judd Rose.
It's that special time of year in the last frontier. There's snow on the ground, ice on the water, and mush in the air.
3, 2, 1, go!
They were off this morning on what's modestly billed as the last great race, the Iditarod. For Alaskans, it's not just a big event, it's the only event.
Go!
It's like the Super Bowl, like the World Series for Alaska here.
It's like the Kentucky Derby in Louisville.
It's like the Olympics. It's just as exciting, but we have one advantage. It happens every year.
And this year, for the 15th time, they're heading the hard way from Anchorage to Nome, across more than 1,000 miles of some of the most punishing weather and unforgiving land anywhere.
It's what we do every day. It's part of our life. And it's what life in Alaska is about.
At least that's what it used to be about. This race honors a time not long ago when sled dogs were the only way across the winter wilderness, and the Iditarod Trail was their main road.
In gold rush days, mushers brought supplies to the miners, and in 1925, when Nome was crippled by a diphtheria epidemic, only the mushers got through with life-saving serum. But modern times brought the airplane and the snowmobile. Cheaper and faster, they pushed the sled dogs into the past.
I love dog mushing, and I didn't want to see it disappear, and it was going to very fast. So we thought the Iditarod Trail Race would bring back the dogs to Alaska, and it did.
Joe Reddington revived the Iditarod in 1973, and with it, the spirit of Alaska's frontier past.
The Iditarod represents that old Alaska when there was open doors and hospitality everywhere you went. It can't stop progress, but it can bring back a little bit of that old Alaska every time it goes through.
Joe Delia is the postmaster in Squentna, a checkpoint 110 miles up the Iditarod Trail. Only 20 people live here, but when the mushers arrive on this frozen river tomorrow, there'll be hundreds waiting. And the women of Squentna will offer a sledder's serenade.
Coffee on the table, mushers on the floor. Move 'em in, move 'em out, we're ready for more.
Having dogs in racing sled dogs, it becomes a way of life. And here you take all these dogs and work them into a team, and you're the coach of the team and as well as the player.
The coach of this team is Dick Mackey, winner of the 1978 Iditarod. He's competing against the 83 winner, son Rick.
Who's going to win the race this year?
I think I am.
I think I am.
Are you going to win?
No, who, me?
You.
No, sir.
You're going to finish?
Yes, I'm going to finish.
And that's really good enough. In the end, these mushers aren't testing each other, but themselves.
You can really see what you're made of, I guess, out there on the trail.
So every musher a winner, every dog a hero. Nome lies ahead at the edge of the last frontier. Judd Rose, ABC News, Squentna, Alaska.